Here on the best podcast available, Jason Gibbs with you, joined now by our 7th-round pick, Myles Harden, cornerback out of South Dakota. And Myles, welcome to Cleveland. How's the experience been so far? I know it's been a little bit of a whirlwind since you got in, but how's it been?
It's been great so far, just taking it in and taking advantage of every opportunity I get so far. It's just great being around everybody, the coaches, the players, just learning from older guys right now. It's great to be here right now.
You're already signed.
Yeah.
Most everybody in your draft class is signed. How important was it to get signed before all of this got going?
It was really important, so I could be out here and compete and get to learn the playbook and learn everything, to be out here with the guys and stuff. So signing was the easiest thing to get out of the way.
All right, let's take you back to Miramar High School, the home of the
Patriots.
Geno Smith, a number of NFL players, and also a little bit of a track star in addition to football. What was it like playing at that high school with the expectations that come with playing there? Did that help prepare you for both college and now the pro?
It was great playing there, especially under Coach AJ. Coach AJ ran like a similar defense that I ran in South Dakota, so it was easy for me to adjust up there. But it was just great playing there. You had pro-style defense, offense, going against great competition every day, It was great playing there.
All right. Johnny Depp is an alumnus?
Yeah.
Am I correct of that?
Yeah, I heard about that. He went there.
Did he ever come by?
No.
Can you get in one of his movies now that you're an NFL player?
I hope so.
That's where we got to be. We got to be striving for that. Talking with Myles Harden, our new corner out of South Dakota here on the best podcast available. You ran the 224 seconds. Am I correct on that? Is that a personal record?
It's a personal record, but it wasn't my best.
Okay. All right. Well, if you could pick one event to run, what would it be?
It'll probably be the 100.
Okay. What's your fastest time in the 100?
It was unofficial, but a 10-9.
10-9. 10-9 gets me 50 yards. So that's where I'm going on that. Jason Gibbs with Myles Harden here from South Dakota and your newest member of the Cleveland Browns.
Yes,
all right, you're in Florida. Sunny, nice weather, perfect. What drew you to South Dakota, my friend?
Relationships. The relationships I built with the coaches and my family. We loved it. We loved the coaches, Coach Hodge, Coach Johansson, Coach Nielsen. We loved those guys, and that relationship we built, it led me to going there.
All right. South Dakota, what was the culture shock like? Actually, not even the culture shock, the weather shock come November when you're playing football in South Dakota.
So my first year there, it got like -30 one day. But luckily we had the dome, so we was practicing inside. But that was the craziest weather shock I've had. I've never been in something so cold.
Well, hopefully we won't be able to duplicate that, although a couple of years ago the wind chill was -45, as Jeff and Z can attest. Christmas Eve. It was a Christmas Eve game. It was awful.
That's crazy.
Yeah. In 12 years, we take the windows out of the radio booths, and we put them back in for that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was unbearable. So I'm hoping you won't have a similar experience. You were a turnover machine, 11 turnovers in 29 games. What's the key to being a turnover machine? Because you were like that in high school too.
Yes, sir.
That was the reputation you had going into college.
Just being a ball hog, see ball, get ball. That's all it really is. There's nothing to it. You just do the right things you have to do. Play the right technique. Know your defense, and just know what you could do and how to play.
Your position coach told me that you missed some time. You had a couple injuries that ended seasons your sophomore year and junior year, unfortunately. In junior year, you were well on your way to setting some pretty big goals and winning some big-time awards when, unfortunately, you went down. But he said it helped you become a better player because you could understand all facets of the defense. You became almost a coach on the sideline. So when you came back, you were a coach on the football field. Do you feel that way?
I do feel that way. Just having the game taken away from you, the only thing you could do is watch. So I took advantage of that time. He told me just pay attention to the defense. I learned every position on the field. So now when I was playing, I was able to play fast. I knew where everybody's going to be, and that's the good thing. Well, the good thing I got out of that.
Amen to that. Talking with Myles Harden here from South Dakota. Most memorable moment in college?
I would say when my first game, my freshman year, when I played Illinois State, I had 2 interceptions my very first college game. Could have been 4 if I caught the other 2, but very first game of college, I had 2 interceptions. So that nothing could. Well, in high school, I had a 3-game interception.
Okay.
3 interception game.
Is there a game that stands out from a team standpoint, a team win, something that really just kind of that you'll always remember from South Dakota?
I'll say this past season when we had upset North Dakota State on their homecoming. It's not a lot of teams can go on North Dakota State and beat them at home. So just us having that win over them and having that moment we had, it was a great feeling.
How big is that rivalry with North Dakota?
It's really big.
Is that the biggest one?
No, South Dakota State's the biggest one.
So, okay, all right.
That's our up the road rival. That's the biggest rival we have. The stories I heard about it go back to them throwing jackrabbits on the field, the jackrabbits throwing coyotes on the field. It's crazy. It's crazy. That's a real rival. But our biggest rivals with South Dakota State.
Okay, all right. You get done with college. Actually, one other question about college. You had a chance. There were other schools that came a calling, looking for transfer. The transfer portal open, and you remain loyal. What is loyalty? What does loyalty mean to you? What did it mean to turn down an offer maybe from a bigger school that wanted you to come and play and stay there at South Dakota?
Well, loyalty is everything to me. That's what my family raised me on, and wherever I started, that's where I finished. From optimist all the way to high school to college, wherever I started, I finished. So leaving wasn't an option for me. I love the guys there. I love the coaches. I built a great brotherhood there. Like all those guys, my family. Everybody's in that building, my family. The community, like everything. Was perfect there, so just leaving and starting over wasn't in my plans, and it wasn't going to happen. So,
all right, talking with Myles Harden. Now we get ready for the NFL. East-West Shrine game. Did you work a lot with Stephen Bravo Brown?
I did.
Yeah?
I did. So the first day, I was originally on all 4 special teams units, but come game day, I was on 2 of them. But at the East-West game, me and Coach built a relationship, and it was great. And it was actually funny. I realized a day later that Coach Bravo was here with the Browns, and I was like, you know what? That's crazy. God working mysterious ways. And I was like, I could build a relationship with Coach, and it's going to continue.
All right, so you got a lot of special teams work with him, obviously. Going to the NFL and the Browns, I'm sure you met Bubba so far. Have you met Bubba Ventrone, the special teams coordinator?
Bubba? Oh, yeah, I met him.
Okay. I can tell you Bubba is a unique character. Bubba was a player here, and he had long hair. Like he had flowing locks, and to this day, he still runs 100-yard dashes before practice barefoot on the football field. He can run in a straight line. He will tell you he cannot cut, but he can run still. And it's about as entertaining as it gets from a special teams
I'm looking
position.
Forward to seeing it.
How important is it for you to knowing what that corner room looks like to make an impact on special teams? And is that a way maybe for you to get on the field a little earlier?
It's a very important thing for me. That's how most of the rookies make it in the NFL. You got to start on special teams. You got to start somewhere. So starting on special teams and working my way up is something I plan on doing, and I'm going to take advantage of the opportunity.
Field Yates called you the steal of the draft in the 7th round for the Browns. Dane Brugler, one of our draft gurus, he had you pegged at 4th or 5th round. What was the draft weekend experience like? I'm sure not where you wanted to go from a round standpoint, but when you finally got that call, where were you? What was going on that day 3?
So when I got the call, I was outside actually because I had walked outside. I was mad, because I was mad, and I saw my agent Jared had called me, so I'm on the phone with Jared, and he told me just stay on the phone real quick, and then next thing you know, I got a FaceTime. Coach Stefanski, he came on the phone and he told me, we're taking you right here. So after that, I just lit up and joy. I'm grateful for the opportunity. Not a lot of people could hear their name get called, and I was just glad and grateful they called mine.
All right, so you're probably watching the draft with family on day 3?
I was.
All right, what's the food of choice?
So we had macaroni, we had ribs, we had grill, we had rice and peas. What else we had? We had chicken. We had stuffed fish. We had a lot of food there.
There you go.
It was a lot of food there.
How many people?
Probably about 45, 50.
Okay, all right. But that's a moment that you and your family will never forget, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
we'll never forget it.
All right, so it's been a whirlwind experience here. I was told by your defensive coordinator you're an old soul.
You said that?
What does that mean?
I'm just like a laid back guy, quiet. I don't know. I don't know why he called me old.
He said you had an old soul.
Probably because I listen to old music too.
Okay.
But I don't know.
Do you let your play do the talking?
I do.
Okay. We have a few guys in that corner room that like to let their play do the talking, but also love to do some talking out on the football field. You'll meet those guys. Have you had any interaction with guys like Greg Newsome or Denzel Ward or anybody in that corner, MJ Emerson, any of those guys?
I spoke to Greg after I got drafted, and that was pretty much it. I haven't seen anybody else yet.
What about Jim Schwartz, your defensive coordinator? I've been told that you take well to tough coaching. Mm-hmm. Jim Schwartz, veteran defensive coordinator, good at what he does, but he knows how to get into it and get the best out of his players. As you know, last year we were a top 5 defense in the NFL. What's Jim Schwartz's message been to you?
Just to go out there, play fast, physical, and violent, and just to be a dog out there. That's what he told us in the meeting room today. Just be a dog and have some swag and passion at the end of the day.
Brandon Lynch, B. Lynch, your position coach. It's one of our favorites on Cleveland Browns Daily, on all of our stuff. What's he been like so far?
He's been good. I love Coach, man. Coach, he told me he was going to draft me. He told me he was going to come get me.
Really?
Well, not draft me, but he told me that he was going to try to get me up here in Cleveland, and it happened, and I appreciate Coach for that.
So did you come here for a visit at all, or did they come to you, or they meet you at the combine?
No, we was talking over the phone. And
okay.
Coach told me he'd love to have me up here in Cleveland, and I told him we could make it happen, and he ended up making it happen.
He did make it happen, and you're with us, and we couldn't be happier. All right. Favorite food in general? If you could have one thing, what is it?
If I could have one thing,
you can only have one thing.
Chicken pasta.
Kind of pasta?
Chicken.
Okay.
Chicken pasta. I'm pretty simple. Or we could go oxtails. I like oxtails.
Ooh, I like oxtail. All right. I like that. What do you like to do for fun? Favorite hobbies?
Favorite hobbies? I like playing the video games.
All right.
I like playing Madden, Call of Duty, 2K. They're my favorite.
What's the game of choice right now?
Right now it's Call of Duty.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. No Fortnite?
Nah, no Fortnite. I stopped playing Fortnite like 10th grade.
Perfect. I like that. I'm stealing a question from my good friend Nathan Zagura, who you'll talk to a lot, but I'll get you out of here on this. We appreciate the time. Myles Harden joining us. If there's one thing that you want Browns fans to know about you, like what are we getting in Myles Harden?
You're getting a playmaker. You're getting a playmaker. That's what you're gonna get. Make plays anytime I can get on the field, and you're getting a dog. It's simple.
Myles Harden, I appreciate the time, man. Welcome to Cleveland. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I know it's going to be a whirlwind here. There's not really an off season, maybe a couple weeks to catch your breath, but looking forward to seeing what you can do out here on the field. And as we count down to training camp and your first NFL season, congratulations.
Thank you. Nice talking to you.